This is the plaintiff, Linda Carmichael. She says she gave the defendant money to move into his apartment and was horrified when she saw the kitchen. It was covered in feces. The stove and cabinets were filthy dirty, and the defendant's super told her she should clean it. Clean it? Ha! She demanded her money back. The defendant refused, so she's suing for $2,290, the amount she's owed. This is the defendant, Moses McKenzie. He says the plaintiff moved her furniture into the apartment before she paid rent, essentially using the place as her own personal free storage space. Broke a one-year lease and didn't even return his keys immediately. He's a pastor who helps people, and this, unfortunately, is what you get sometimes, a problem tenant trying to scam the system. He's accused of renting a mess.
Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Linda and Robert Carmichael. Okay, you have power of attorney for Robert. You are suing Moses McKenzie for $2,290 in storage fees, aggravation, U-Haul, and money that you gave for an apartment that you now want back because you feel that he breached. Yes. What's going on?
Well, afternoon. And
I cannot hear you.
I said good afternoon. And yes, I am suing him for the security for the apartment, the storage, like you said, the aggravation of me having to put my dad inside of a nursing home due to him not having the apartment ready. Initially,
why would you have to put your dad in a nursing home over not having an apartment ready? Why don't you just get another apartment?
Initially, I'm the only one who's been taking care of my dad for the past 6.5 years.
Right, but the decision about whether your dad should go in a nursing home is independent of whether an apartment's available.
Okay, well, he initially, when I spoke to him in September, he said that it would be ready.
Who is going to live there?
It was going to be me, my dad, and my 2 kids.
Okay.
So he breached the contract, well, verbal contract between us, whereas when I went over there, I sold the apartment. He said that it'd be done, and so then he was leaving to go out of town. So then I was dealing with his super, which was Mr. Jacobs.
Okay, is Mr. Jacob here?
Yes, ma'am.
That's Mr. Jacob. Okay, go on.
And then the second time when I sold the apartment with the walk around was with Mr. McKenzie. And that's when we discussed that he would move the feces,
Move the feces?
Yeah, like it was
where were the feces?
I had
They
pictures.
needed moving.
It was.
I assume you mean dispose of, but I'm not sure what.
It was in the kitchen
what kind
drawers.
Of feces?
It was rats' feces.
Okay, well then
everywhere.
what we need to do is take care of the rats, not just take care of their feces.
Yes.
Right? Because there's going to be more feces where that came from. All right, so when are you having this discussion with Mr. McKenzie about the rats?
This was when he showed the apartment to me before he left.
Which is what date?
With dates? I'm not quite sure.
More or less.
More or less, probably like the first week of, was like the second week of October, because when I sold the apartment.
And you were going to take the apartment effective when?
We were supposed to take the apartment effective October 22nd. He initially told me that I could move in. He said that I could move in.
You were going to be paying rent as of when? November 1st? When was your lease starting? October 22nd? That's an odd date.
Our lease was supposed to start in November.
November 1st. So he was going to let you move your stuff in early on the 22nd. All right.
Yes.
And then when do you go that you decide I don't want this place?
I decided that I didn't want the place on October 30th after the fact of me arguing with his super outside, because I left church to come get the keys and everything from him to turn around to go in the apartment where the same dead mice was still in the kitchen cabinets. He has not changed the toilet seat. He hasn't painted. It was feces all around the stove, on top of the stove, in the drawers.
Do you have any pictures of anything you're saying?
Yes.
May I see them? Can you come up? Can you tell me about what happens on October 30th?
Yes, Judge, what happened on October the 30th is that she had came and she had got her stuff without me even, knowing it. I was not notified that
because
she was coming.
Because her stuff had been there since when?
Since the second week of October, ma'am.
So she stored what is the stuff that she stored there from the second week of October to the 30th?
Yeah, she stored a room full of furniture.
Furniture?
That she had, yes, ma'am.
Where did the furniture come from that you stored early?
The furniture that came there earlier was my belongings. And he told me that I could move my stuff in early, being that the apartment would be ready in 2 weeks. So I had the whole front room with all of my belongings in there so he could paint and do the rest of the work to the house. So like I said, when I went there on the 30th and everything.
What is this a picture of?
That's the feces inside the kitchen drawer.
I see feces. What is this, a picture of a drawer? What is
That's the kitchen drawer.
Is that feces or mold? Either way, it's disgusting. What is that?
feces.
That's feces.
Yes. It's a dead
And are
mouse,
these
ma'am.
pictures she took on October 30th?
I don't know. That's
Well,
what she
she
said.
claims that she was telling you.
No, she
Look at
didn't
this,
tell
look
me.
at this.
She
All right.
didn't tell me.
So tell me about the
She-
discussion you folks have on October 30th.
Well, we didn't have a discussion
Okay.
on October the 30th. I
What
think that
happened
was the
October
day
30th?
that she had decided to move. But prior to that,
She didn't tell you why?
No, I live on the 3rd floor in the building, and I've heard a lot of commotion that was going on downstairs.
So
and
you went downstairs?
No, I didn't go downstairs. I looked out my door, and I saw that it was her. But I thought, Your Honor, that she was just coming in, getting some of her stuff, as she often did. Before we purchased her or give her the key, she used to call me.
When did you first learn that she didn't want the place?
I never knew that she didn't want the place.
So she never had a conversation with you?
No, she
Is
never.
it your testimony you had a conversation with him?
I had never had the conversation with Mr. Jacob. I had the conversation with the husband because on that day we all left church.
What's the husband?
The husband is Mr. McKenzie.
Mr. McKenzie?
Yes,
Okay.
Mr. McKenzie.
Apparently your identity as a husband is, okay. So tell me about the conversation she has with you on October 30th. Mr. McKenzie.
Judge, Your Honor, on October the 30th, I was in South Carolina. I received a phone call, and Ms. Carmichael, at that time, I left in the apartment paint and some things, and my work clothes that I was going to finish the apartment when she moved the stuff out of the room and the rest of the house. I was going to
Okay,
finish.
but she's only going to move more stuff in when she moves in. Why wouldn't it just be painted before she finishes?
All the
Before
rest
she
of the
moves
house
in?
was painted.
Okay.
Everything was painted. So I told her I'm going away. That was the 4th weekend in October. So the 30th was the 5th weekend. So my wife took the lease and everything to Miss Carmichael. And when she did, she got in touch with Jacob. And Jacob lived up on the 3rd floor, so she called him. And when he came down, he saw her throwing stuff out of the apartment. And I told her, and on the lease said she would have the apartment the 1st week of November.
What's the first week of November? It has to be a date. It can't just be,
Yeah,
whenever I feel like it.
It was
Let me
between
see
the
the lease.
3rd.
So you still had 3 days to get the place in shape, is what you're saying?
Yes, when I got back in town on the 3rd of November.
I'm sorry. What does the lease say? Yeah, the 3rd. It says the lease begins on the 3rd. So
Okay.
she's there on the 30th, and you're saying I'm not going to take it because it's not going to be ready 3 days from now? 4 days from now?
No, that's not what happened.
Well, on the 30th, you say that you told them I don't want it.
No, on the 30th, what I said was that I spoke to him. And the reason why I had to speak to him was because when his wife and, when Miss McKenzie and
What is
Mr.
the
Jacob
date
gave
that
me
you
the
tell
keys,
him?
I told him
Stop! What is the date you tell him you don't want it?
around, if it wasn't November 4th, it was November 5th.
Is it accurate that the date she tells you that she doesn't want the apartment is the 4th or the 5th?
Your Honor, she did not tell me she didn't want the apartment.
Well, at some point, you two talk because she wants her security deposit back.
We talked on that Friday, which would have been 3rd, 4th, 5th. And she called me from the hospital. My dad is sick. My dad in the hospital. I said, what? I was surprised. And her stuff was gone. I said, I don't have anything to do with your dad being in the hospital. And I said, listen, Miss Carmichael, we don't have to go through this. I said, what I'll do, the $600 you gave me means you already moved. And I stored your furniture for 3 weeks in the apartment. I said, I'll give you $300 of your money back and call it square. She nasty told me, no, I'll see you in court. I said, God bless you. I hung up the phone.
All right. How much was the rent there? It was supposed to be how much?
$1,000.
$1,000. How much, according to you, had she given you?
$600.
How much, according to you, did you give him?
$1,600. I gave him a money order, and then I gave him cash.
Okay. Let me ask both of you a question, because I've never seen this in any case I've ever done in all of my years as a judge. The lease says that $1,000 has been given. You say only $600 was, and you say $1,600 was. I've never had a case where both of you say it's a figure different than the contract. I've had cases where one party says it's different than the contract. How in God's green acres did you sign a lease that says $1,000 was given if it wasn't? And how did you sign a lease that says $1,000 was given if more than that was? What's wrong with you people?
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So if you sign a lease and then when the day you move in, you find rat feces in the kitchen, can you break the lease and get your money back?
Absolutely. Yes.
Why do you say?
That's disgusting.
It is disgusting, but is it legally, does it give you the right to say, I'm out of here?
Yes, it does.
Because?
They must be breaking some kind of law.
Some kind of law?
Some kind of law.
Okay. Sir?
I don't think that would be included in the lease, so I think there would have to be certain standards of public health.
What, the lease has to say rat feces included?
There's a protection against public health, so that's a public health violation.
Fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
Initially, if you asked me a question, when I picked up my rent receipt from him, which was when I met him and his
You
wife.
have a receipt? Let me see your
yes,
receipts. You have receipts for $1,600?
Yes, I have a money order and the receipts and proofs and everything.
Okay, let's see. But you have money order for the same. You have a money order and a receipt for the same money order, or you have separate?
Yes. No, they on the same thing from him on two different
Okay, so that's going to show me $1,600 or $1,000?
Yes, $1,600.
Okay, let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. So I have a receipt for $1,000 and a money order for $600. Show it to him. What was the $600 for?
The $600 was for him, so he wouldn't give the apartment away, knowing that he could have had another tenant or another person come purchase the apartment before.
But what was it supposed to be applied to?
It was applied to the security.
How much was the security supposed to be separate?
security
More
was
than that or no?
The security was only supposed to have been $1,000.
Okay, so you hadn't paid the other $400 as security. You paid
No.
$600 as security, and then you paid $1,000 for the first month's rent?
Yeah, I had paid and told him that when he finished the rest of the apartment, I would give him the remaining balance, which was the $400.
Okay, $400.
Yes.
Okay.
So it would have been the month security, which was $1,000, and then a month's rent, which was.
Did you rent a U-Haul on the day in question? Because you're suing for a U-Haul.
Yes, I have.
Let me see the U-Haul.
U-Haul fee here, in the storage spot that I paid for from when I went and got the stuff out of. The dates is on here, and then I also have.
What's the date on the? Come on. What's the date on the U? I'm sorry. Let's go. What's the date?
The date on the U-Haul.
What's the date on the U-Haul?
I have to wait a minute so I could be with you in 1 second.
It's November 2nd. It's not October 30th. It's November 2nd, which is important. Why? Because the lease is supposed to begin the next day. And so if the place isn't ready and it's October 30th and you still have 4 days to get it ready, she has no business pulling out. But if she's pulling out the day before she's supposed to move in and the place isn't ready, then she does have a right to pull out if the place, in fact, if I end up agreeing with her that it's not ready. These are feces that are present on the day 24 hours before she's supposed to move in. That's sort of gross. I don't want to move in there.
Your Honor, can I speak?
I'm listening.
Your Honor, from my heart, I'm gonna tell you the naked truth. Here's how she got.
Tell me the naked truth of how you try to clean the feces.
No,
That's
here's
really
what it is,
I
Your
want
Honor. I told her I would finish getting the apartment ready when I got back on the 3rd of November.
But that's not acceptable. She's moving in on the 3rd.
She came to me before I left my church. I gave her a $1,000 receipt. She was broke. She didn't have any money.
Do you see that there's a proof of a money order and a receipt?
Your Honor, here's why I gave her the money order. I gave her the money order.
You didn't give her money order. She gave you a money order.
Here's why I gave her a receipt. She came to me and said, Mr. McKenzie, while you are away, I want to go down and have my gas and electric turned on. Will you give me a receipt? I don't have no money. She said, my money don't.
Why would you give a receipt to a tenant that they paid $1,000 if they didn't pay $1,000?
Because she came to me with such a good line.
Why
so
would you just
humble.
give her the lease? That's what the lighting company and everybody else would look at as a lease.
I
They
gave
would
her
look
the
at a
lease.
receipt.
See, I gave her the lease out of the goodness of my heart.
Are you kidding me? Why don't you just give her the lease instead of a receipt? See, if I feel like you're a liar, that's not good for you. And you're telling me you gave, as a businessman, a receipt to a tenant that they gave you $1,000 when they didn't because she needed it to turn on the light? That's absurd. She needs a lease to turn on the light, not a receipt.
And your judge, he's my witness.
Your judge, all right.
Your Honor.
Your Honor.
He's my witness. And if you look on the bottom of the lease, you will see where the statement down there, when I get back on the 3rd, she was supposed to give me the rest of the security and the money for the apartment. And I wrote that down on the bottom of the receipt.
Then I guess y'all should have had that apartment in move-in condition before she was moving in. She's there the day before she's moving in, and it's a wreck. I'm looking at the pictures. It's a wreck. It's a wreck.
We
It's
agree.
not acceptable. It's
Okay.
not acceptable. It's not acceptable. And I'm not going to buy what you're saying when the lady has receipts. I'm supposed to look at a litigant who has receipts for $1,600 and say, no, you don't. No, you don't. It's the exact thing I tell litigants to bring to court. Evidence. She brings the evidence. She's got the receipts. And you've got some cockamamie excuse about how, oh, I just gave her a receipt that says 1,000 just because, so that way she could turn on her light. That's absurd. You give her the lease so she could turn on her light. You're not making any sense to me. I'm not giving you $500 for aggravation. That part of your lawsuit you don't win. The rest of it you do. $1,790. Verdict for the plaintiff.
So the plaintiff has won this verdict here in the People's Court. Not everything she sued for, but what's your reaction?
My reaction is this. She lied, but no love lost. God bless her. And I'm going to leave it there.
She's a liar, but God bless her.
That's it.
What'd she lie about?
That she gave me $1,000 when she did not. I did it out of the goodness of my heart, so trying to help her. And she brought it here and lied and got over. But that's all right.
Why is that all right?
A day coming when she got to give an account of what she said.
Right. Okay, right down this way. Your documents are waiting for you. All right? Okay, Mr. Jacobs? All right, so step on in here. Do you see it the same way he sees it?
Oh, no, but I rebuke the devil. God is good because I got my money.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Was that your money? He says that wasn't your money.
Oh, no.
You just made that up.
You know, clean up the feces before you run out your apartment. Disgusting.
What are you doing going into an apartment that looks like that?
Yes.
In that condition? What are you doing, even considering that?
Yes, but he said it would be better, it would be clean, but it wasn't. So, he got what he deserved.
Most people would run the other way if they saw that, what you showed in that picture.
Yes.
But you didn't.
No.
Harvey?
Bottom line here is that a place has to be habitable when you move in. It wasn't here. Simple, plaintiff wins. And we'll do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.